Hello everyone, this is Robyn with mypinkstamper.com and I'm super excited to share today's project with you. I'm using our Retiring stamp set Fresh Fruit. If you have not purchased this yet, it's not too late. You can order it directly from my shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net. After May 31st, this is no longer available. It is being retired from this year's catalog. Boo-hoo, it's one of my most favorite stamp sets that we have, but that's okay. I'm going to get as much use out of it as I can before I move on to the next goodies that are in the new catalog. Okay, for this project I'm using 4 of our Stampin' Up! Ink colors, and I'll tell you what they are as soon as we start this project. And I don't want this to be a very super long video, so I will go ahead and jump right in. I'm using a piece of our very vanilla cardstock, and this is cut at 2 3/4 by 3 inches. And I am going to be using the Pear for this card. So this is one of our photopolymer stamp sets. So it's clear so you can stamp through it, and this is really easy with our 2-step stamping method with this stamp. So I'm going to pull out the Pear, and I have our clear blocks over here. I'm just going to throw them on some clear blocks. You don't have to really line them up when they're the 2-step stamping. And so I have the Pear, top and bottom, and then I'm going to be using the stem. Is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Yes? Yes. I'm using this one here, and then I'm going to use the outline of this. And this can be a thank you card or a birthday card. I love this set because it has so many sentiments. It has thank you, happy birthday, I'm here for you, love you more. Just a lot of really fun sentiments that are this is a very versatile stamp set. Okay, so now I have everything ready. I can go ahead and start stamping. We will start with our Pear PIZZAZZ ink pad. And our stamp pads open like this. You put your fingers on the 3 dots and it pops open. Then you can just flip it around, and you can use this part as a palette if you'd like to watercolor. You can just click it in place. And did you see that the pad is actually stored upside down, so they're always nice and juicy when you're ready to stamp with them. So we're going to stamp the more solid one first. Now this is a watercolor looking stamp set that has the watercolor effect. So it's normal for it to look like that. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it right here. And it's one of our photopolymers, so you can use one of our stamping pierce mats to get a nice coverage, or you can just lift it up and use your finger like that. Now this is normal. This is the watercolor effect for this stamp. The next color we're going to be using is Old Olive ink pad. Whoops, you can throw it on your table, or you can just open it first. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now what's great about homemade cards and homemade projects is that it's okay if they're not perfect, if they're not lined up perfect. Nobody will ever they'll never question that it was homemade if it's not perfect, right? So you want your friends and family to know, oh, she made that. So I lined that up as the best I could, and it still looks wonderful. The next color we're going to use is Soft Suede, and I'm going to use the stem up here, the one that's a little more solid, and that's supposed to look like that because it's the watercolor look, remember that. And now we're going to grab our last color, which is the Early Espresso ink pad. Open that up. Lightly tap on it. You don't want to get a lot of ink or any ink on your block if at all possible. And then there we go. And now while we have our Early Espresso out, we're going to take the happy birthday and we're going to stamp it right across the bottom like that. Now we are not done. We are going to now take one of our most wonderful product in our catalog, and it's also going to be in the new catalog. It's our clear Wink of Stella pen. And this gives you just a nice little shimmer and sparkle when you're adding it onto your projects. So I'm just going to just paint over, and if you want to have a little bit of a watercolor look, you can kind of pull it out, and then in between colors, make sure you wipe it off, and I just wiped it off on a background piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to add this on here. Try not to hit the birthday too much. Okay, now you guys will be able to see in just a second. You probably can't tell the shimmer yet. Can you guys see a little bit the shimmer on there? So there is shimmer, and I don't know if you can see in that light or not, but it looks really pretty in person. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to add it onto a piece of early espresso cardstock. This is cut at 3 inches by 3 1/4. So just a quarter wider and taller. I'm going to get one of my refills. This is our snail adhesive. And the great thing about it is you can purchase a refill when you run out. All you do is push the buttons, throw your old one away, and then put your new one on. And you've got your new snail. Isn't that amazing? So easy. It's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and add that on here. It gives me a nice, it really makes it pop. And now we're going to take a piece of our old olive cardstock. This is cut at 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 inches. And I'm going to take our bone folder and just fold it in half. And then I'm going to set this aside for a second. Now we're going to take a piece of crumb cake cardstock. This is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take some of our very vanilla thick baker's twine, and I'm just going to take a little piece and cut it, and grab my regular tape, and I'm doing the Robyn cheater method that I've been doing for years and years. I love this method. I call it the cheater because I don't have to worry about any fancy bows or ties. I can just bring it around, tape it. And then now while it's upside down, I'm not just going to use the snail because the thick baker's twine, it makes it pop up, so it's kind of harder to stick down. So I'm going to show you, I've been using these a lot in my videos, some of this is our foam strip adhesive. And I'm just going to take some of this, put it down here on the edge so it'll give it a nice solid pop-up look. These strips are wonderful for making homemade shaker cards. There we go. And I'm just going to peel the backing off of it. And I will add this directly to my old olive cardstock, like this. And so now it pops up. It's really cool. It gives you a nice dimensional look. And now we're going to take our regular dimensionals, and I'm going to add them on the back of this. I'm going to add 5. I love the Stampin' dimensionals. You get 300 in a pack for $4. It's quite the deal. Okay. Peel off the backings. The backing probably end up on my foot today. Stuck somewhere on my foot. And this is a really simple card, but it's something that you can give to anyone. So you might sometimes be in need of cards that aren't so frou-frou-y and glimmery and melon mambo and glimmer. So I like to give you other options and other projects that you guys can do, just a little more versatile. Maybe you need more masculine cards or just more plain and simple cards. Maybe you have some friends that don't really like the cutesy as much. Okay, so this is our simple card, and you could whip out a bunch of these, no time at all. And here's another one that I made. You might be able to see the glimmer a little bit better on there. I mean, sorry, the wink of Stella. Okay, Thank you so much for watching my video, and remember, you can purchase any of the product you saw today in this video directly from my shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net, and don't forget, all of my customers get a thank you card for every order they put in my shop, and if you're a new subscriber or a new customer, you also get a free catalog from me in the mail with your thank you card. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.